it was the I closed the exit, there is no way
Yes.
out, which we saw from Gamey earlier today. Very impressive, that type of understanding, thinking 2 steps ahead in the team fight. Map pick will be GLuck's again, and it is going to be Battlefield of Eternity, so see if they can pull out another win here.
I think they can keep a similar draft like game number 1 in a way. I'm not the biggest fan of double support as a personal point of view here, but still,
I actually
if they
like it a
bring if they bring something like this again in game 2 in BOE, I think it fits okay. Well, it may have to change because Vala does have to go for the Q, most likely.
Yeah, it gets a little bit weird to do Vala with the Q build, but you can still do it with double support. Like, it was done on
Maybe
this map
you
every
just
time.
change Auriel into something else. Maybe with a Stukov, that may be enough.
Sure.
Well, let's see how well Miracle can respond to this now.
So, Greymane was the go-to pick for Miracle. I think that's not going to change. He's an amazing hero on this map as well. So I think that we will have Shimada bans. If the only way we don't have Shimada bans is if Miracle decides they want one of the other. The problem being is that if they want Genji, I think they can only get Hanzo. If they want Genji, then like, I mean, it's weird because if you pick Hanzo first, you don't have a strong Hanzo player on Miracle, which is just going to be banned now anyways. But if you get Genji first, then they give it to you. Like, if they had done something weird, like there's been a Hanzo ban, they give the Genji because they could just pick Uther. So, unlike the first series, we just have the standard Shimada removals. Now we're going to have Greymane, so this was no surprise. But what happens next is going to tell us a lot about what GLuck is thinking about this team in particular, how to deal with Miracle. If we see right now, like in a Nubarok pickup, even Uther and Nubarok, then I'm in love because, okay, it's going to be ETC. Still another tank that is, you know, taken away from Judy here.
And I think still, Nokiway's his plays on his ETC tonight. I think he can just keep the same. I think his team already knows that his ETC is feeling the best tonight with those mosh pits, and Miracle is going to know that. So but changing up here for Miracle is what they need. Some CC, like a Nubarok, as I talked about before.
Yeah. This has to be a Judy pick, I think. You can tell Gunza is pretty upset.
Maybe they're thinking about Garrosh once more.
Yeah, I mean, Garrosh or a Nubarok, I think you've got to grab that now. Don't want to see any Murdens or Johannes. Respect the effort and the time you spent putting into those heroes, but it's very clear that he's not as well versed on them, and that's a problem that can be solved over the course of a season, but not a problem that can be solved in the first 3 weeks. So they do take the Garrosh here. Sauron smiles. This is pretty obvious to anyone who's done research on Miracle. That's why it's no surprise to us, and in fact probably everyone watching at home knew this was going to happen as well. Rhaegar, a great pair for this warrior, and obviously can be very strong with a tanky solo laner. We'll see who that ends up being in a moment. GLuck may consider a solo lane ban here if they want to dominate that. Take the Dahaka, ban Leoric, for example, or the Sonya.
Whichever solo lane they don't want to play, I think they should just ban it. I think that's the answer for this ban for GLuck. Because Leoric game 1, not really the best one. Sonya, I think it's out of the draft, out of the entire picture, the meta right now. So if they want to, if the Sauron wants to play Blaze once more, just have that open, try to ban something else like Dahaka, as you mentioned.
I would love to ban Dahaka if they ban Dahaka here, then take Jaina, Leoric themselves, but not going to happen.
I had a feeling that GLuck was actually going to pick Tychus, but it's not going to happen because that percent damage against Garrosh is very powerful.
It's an Auriel ban in 2018, and this is already respect given by Miracle to the double support comp. That
I think that's already a mistake as a second ban.
You know,
Are we going to see Vala?
I'm okay with it.
Vala though?
Well, I'm okay with the Auriel ban, because I think if Auriel was available, we would see the Vala, but now they have a lot of other options. Balthael is probably going to be a solo laner because they have Uther on their side. Miracle can't really run. Okay, it's going to be Blaze again. And Miracle can't really run a Tyrael with their comp anymore, but not going to be the Malthael. This is more of a team fighting comp from GLuck, a burst comp. It'll be much harder to pull it off this time, even though it's so far identical, basically, in concept to the last one. Jaina being burst for those picks. It's not going to be as easy to pull off on this map. So that's my concern. When you look at this, the race potential, it's just simply not there.
Surely it's a lot different for Miracle now with the Garrosh and the Rehgar pick compared to game 1. They do have the Ancestral now instead of the Sustain from Malfurion, and also some CCs. But what else do they need? The solo lane. I've got to ask this. What is H82 going to do? Just some percent damage? Death God?
I mean, if he does do Malthael here, it's strong for the map, it's strong for the objective. It's a strong matchup. But it's going to be Tyrael, reworked Tyrael. They've got consistent damage and consistent poke. Tyrael's anti-dive, but he's not as good at being anti-Jaina, but if used correctly, he can mitigate most of Jaina's damage if he goes into the shield talent at level 1. And Sanctification can be quite good against this. But basically the idea is for Miracle to poke and slowly win the race and be safe against almost anything. That's why they went for a super tanky top laner, so Rehgar has great ancestral targets no matter what. And how can they kill Li Ming, how can they kill Greymane with the burst damage if there's these two frontliners there threatening all the time? I think the biggest concern I have with this is Judy's Garrosh. Will he play too aggressively? Will he set up opportunities for GLuck? If he plays more passively, I like this a lot.
Well, against Garrosh against ETC, Garrosh oftentimes win with, because you can actually throw ETC away most of the time.
Yeah. You can do kind of what Rich was doing with the tongue grabs earlier, except with your tosses. Vala will come through. So solo support, but they have Divine Shield. Only can choose one, but Jaina will get Ice Block eventually. Very likely in this game, depending on how long it goes, but pretty crazy to not see.
Do you think this one can actually work out for GLuck with a solo support Vala again? I think they might just have it with enough peeling with the Blaze taking bunker again. But it's a different draft coming out from Miracle this time, though.
I think it's going to be tough for GLuck to win the race with Vala Jaina compared to Greymane, Tyrael, Li Ming. They have the thing is this double DPS when you have Jaina and Vala means that depending on the situation, who gets in position first, because if you get in position first, you definitely can win as GLuck. It's hard to dive in as Miracle. So if they're behind for any reason because somebody got picked or they were out of position and GLuck's ahead, Miracle only has poke realistically and siege damage, not so much the hard engage. Unless they take Judgment and try to make a play with that, but that's, I mean, we're really reaching at that point.
Yeah, Uther will have Cleanse.
Yeah,
so,
and Divine Shield.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to be the answer that Miracle is looking for. I think we really heavy pressure onto Judy as Garrosh. I always mention that if you pick Garrosh at least once or twice, you need to really make that super play. Have one just pick off, getting a toss over the wall, or having one over your head as an alone. You want to pick on one target at least once in the game.
This is decisive. Yeah, look at this. Ripping out that cannon tower. GLuck rotates to punish. They fail.
Tyrael is going to have an easier top lane, unless they want to swap the lane here. And GLuck is actually just going to do that.
Yeah.
Because they lost a turret here.
Probably 3 minions dead, lost, but cannon tower more significant. GLuck gonna finally rotate back down. Tyrael is gonna be fine there. GLuck made really, I feel like, 2 lackluster decisions. Very shaky, very much not confident in their movements in this early game, and it cost them big. Miracle gets a pretty sizable experience lead, about, you know, a third of a bar.
And it is going to be the Q Jaina, that's the usual one. Fits the map also.
Yeah.
With the Q Vala.
Moving into, you know, that extra damage on single targets for the Immortal. Not very strong, obviously, against the common team fighting, but it's not solo DPS Vala, it's not double support, so this is actually totally fine. I like this move by Miracle. Again, decisive in their movements, trying to take back this
contesting camp without the support.
Stun, but like,
it's gonna be a 3v2 though. Jaina coming in with the heal.
ETC is way too late.
Sarah might have stayed too long. That's oftentimes what happens. He overextends a lot, and another kill onto Jaina.
Not sure what happened there.
Seems like she was nowhere close to the...
Oh god, even Uther went up. Oh man. Miracle is just outclassing them in this early game. Look at that Tyrael shield's pretty awesome for pushes like this. Like, what do you do as GLuck now? You're really out of luck. You're down a talent tier now. You're getting bullied in both lanes, and you can't even stop it. You've made it a three man and a 2-man, but you've lost the 3-man. The 2-man was pushing you from a kill where you decided to try to stop the slow rotation BTC. Miracle's just one step ahead. It's going to get them to siege camp, and then if they start this Immortal first, they have the better poke. Once halftime is over, they're just going to poke it down while defending. That's what this Leeming comp is decided to do, or designed to do, excuse me. I like this, but Miracle's going to do the same, just about the same amount of time.
Let's see how GLuck wants to solve this problem around, because I think they have the racing comp. It's not too bad unless Seron extends much more. There will be a toss. Nice unstoppable, actually.
Nice unstoppable to prevent the stun. I think this is a kill. Toss. Body block. Seron's dead. Bunker was going to save him post 10. Not going to save him now, as you were joking earlier. He's been picked in the soul lane far too many times.
Every single game.
Oh no, Overlord. That was scary. Guess it was kind of a bait attempt, but look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Once you're ahead like this at halftime, send Leeming over, and she just shoots orbs. Not if she gets caught, though. Yeah. She got caught there. She definitely wanted to be shooting orbs from the left side where a sniper just tossed his. He's showing us the correct positioning to poke. Well, that's actually possibly going to cost Miracle this some more. Oops.
Oh, and Vala's just running it down on the other sid. And Garrosh is trying to survive, or buy time at least, try to get the shield down a little bit.
That stun onto HA2 is huge, preventing the shields from coming through. Now he comes in.
It's not going to be quite close though. 5k off with the shield.
Yeah, so that was a mistake in positioning from Gunza. Getting picked there as the Leeming, not going to the left side. Being greedy. Obviously he was trying to maximize his damage to prevent lost skill shots from being used while he rotated around. So 7 talent tier advantage for just a moment here. But this is going to be evened out. As you can see, the Mortal against range attacks will take out this wall. Meanwhile, the top lane being dominated by Blaze as well. So GLuck very happy with the circumstances. Things were looking really grim for them for a second there.
GLuck would actually love to have all the Immortals here, as they have the poke.
Yeah, they have great siege.
It was a fairly good siege.
Both teams have really good siege, actually, when you think about it, I guess.
Yeah, but Leeming can provide the poke, but once Greymane... That's the thing with ETC, you have to really be careful where you are.
That was so well done, though. I think he did that on purpose.
Nice trade, though.
Yeah, he wanted that to happen so he could get the power slide through in that choke point. Blizzard was on point, coming out from Overlord. That was really well played. That felt like a bait to me. They didn't get the kill, but they forced the recall, like the Hearth home. So now GLuck continuing to catch up in experience. They need that fort kill. They didn't get it from the Immortal. They need something like that to actually fully catch up in experience, take a lead in experience despite winning the Immortal itself.
Let's see the 44 here, as Tyrael's was about to come down, but decides no.
Ooh, that was a huge stun there. That could have been an opportunity.
Lots of Q stacks, of course.
Yeah, if they had been in better position, that would have been potentially an opportunity to...
Or if it was the old Q.
Yeah.
That drags in everyone.
Oh god, that would have been... Well, that was pretty strong back then, wasn't it?
Yep. Yep, back then.
Alright, so Miracle, let's see where Gunza stands this time. In theory, they should take a lead on the Immortals with the experience lead they have. Oh, getting this healing bound is going to be huge too. Great orb there by Gunza to make sure that it's maximum damage. Trying to push for 10. And then if they get a lead here, the slow rotation from GLuck into this top camp, they're just going to poke with Li Ming. It's not going to be necessarily the same ideal position of the Immortals like they had last time, but they just sit in this position, camp it, poke it. Trying to catch these members coming down. Really nice setup here for Miracle. Milky Way Was caught in the crossfire for a second. Ooh, I like that power slide. That's how you trick him. Didn't get the stun, but it doesn't matter. It still gets away.
So provided all that zone for Relic to get away, which was a nice call. But Miracle's going to take over their level 10 ahead. With that wave of force, now ETC is in big trouble. They have a lot more CC now even. So even if you have the mosh pit, are you going to have the game 1 kind of mosh pit? I don't think so. It's going to be so much tougher.
Definitely going to be a lot tougher with wave of force on the board. Look at the health of the Immortals. Miracle has a lead. They're not even going to fight for it necessarily right now. They're going to go ahead and take this camp first to pull members away, then just toss gleaming skill shots at the Immortal.
Yeah, GLuck,
Watch it.
They do get the wave and they do hit 10, but they lost all that time. They need to fight now because their wave is going towards. There's unstoppable.
Yeah, well, Saron though coming through. Bunker up. Imagine if he had combustion there, might have actually been able to stop everyone from getting out. Bunker not the greatest in this open area.
Does get the taunt off of Garrosh though.
Yeah. Alright. Where is Gunza standing? That's going to be the key here. He needs to make sure he can hit those shots. Okay, staying on the right side. Such a risk. He's actually trying to get kills.
Wanted to get kill onto
He might get it.
Almost got it.
If he gets a reset here, it becomes a party. He's going for it. Saron dodges it, but he's going to get the kill onto Milky Way. Could have gotten more if he had continued to chase. There's a stun. Going to be a double. And look at this wave of force connects. Overlord in trouble. He's going to actually get the body block for Relic here as the heals come through from Uther's spirit there in devotion. Well, it's not looking good for GLuck this game. Not able to make this comp happen like they wanted it to.
When they want to chase, there are lots of sources for Miracle for them to. I think it's Garrosh is really coming in for the team in this case. They has into the fray if anyone's in trouble, can actually toss to the other side to provide an exit where the bunker cannot really become a chasing tool in any type of form. The mosh pit can be a pressure, but there's gleaming now. So this strat is working out so much better compared to game number 1 for Miracle. But even with this, their taunt timing was really not crisp perfectly. They were just onto the chase. GLuck was just running away the entire time.
Well, let's see what Overlord and Relic can do here to poke on the defensive. This is going to be a dead fort no matter what, but can they get the picks off? And Bunker really well placed here, actually. Dodge is coming through. A lot of damage onto Judy. Ancestral just a bit too late. The armor is great, but it's not enough in this case. Blue Beetle going to go down, but he's got the heals here. Milky Way moshing, which means Gunza out of position. Trying to get those resets. Gets one. Can he get the second one? Oh my god! He's got that dominance. He get another one. He's getting them eventually here.
Is that a Grey main or a Regar? Regar, right? Pretty strong a support.
Body blocks here. Here comes the stun coming through from Milky Way, but the Immortals tanking the cannon tower shots. Gunza's Li Ming is a thing of beauty, though. I mean, damn, let's. I wish we could have an instant replay of that one. That was impressive stuff. The last Immortal won, of course, by his ability to understand that, you know, I was talking about how he needs to poke and chunk down the Immortal. He found an opening to hit Vala behind enemy lines.
It's a big risk for himself, though, if he gets caught.
Sure, but I mean, the execution was crisp. This is a scary Li Ming player. Is this our first time with him? I actually want to check.
He did a lot of mages, but I don't think Li Ming maybe once.
Nope, 0 games played Li Ming. This is his first time.
He did Jaina, Taika's Chromie, okay. No Li Ming yet.
His Chromie was also very impressive.
He did Junkrat too, so I was thinking he did lots of skill shot hero, but this one, he knew that dominance was coming in. He knew that he was going to survive the damage from ETC.
He actually attacked ETC. He wasn't looking to retreat. He got a kill from someone super far away because he knew it touched them. Still gives you dominance when that person dies. Didn't end up getting the kill on ETC himself, but still, the mechanical skill displayed in that moment was a thing of beauty. So, let's see if GLuck can turn this around. Obviously, it's not over till it keeps down in moments like this. This comp is not disadvantaged in the late game or anything like that. This is certainly a game they can win. Milky Way and Saron have really been setting up some good fights with the bunker with the mosh pit up in 10. It'll be amazing for GLuck if they could start this Immortal not behind.
That was amazing for Miracle because Vala was basically out of the fight the entire time from the beginning.
Yeah.
Once Vala is available, I think it can be a different story for Miracle.
Now, this is an opportunity for GLuck to actually take advantage in terms of the race. Gonna poke here, zone Miracle out, not allow anyone from Miracle to get onto their Immortal. Win the poke war. They have the ability to set this up. Miracle's sitting in the bush, but it's not like they have hard engage they can use. Well, Bunker going to be forced early here, but a very low cooldown. Judy's shields and the armor can take very low damage. They lose control. They had positional advantage. They lose it. And now, what can GLuck do? They're trying to invade. They're trying to come over here. Taunts. A lot of abuse here on the Sarah, knowing he doesn't have Bunker. Divine Shields here. Mosh Pit as well. Ancestral connects, but is there going to be enough damage coming out? Finally, the DPSs are here. Judy, does he live? 49 armor.
With the shield, he bought enough time, I think, for Greymane to go in, but...
Not enough, though. It's still not enough. Bunker there to absorb most of the damage.
Oh, Gunza teleport damage did not go in. Blue Beetle survived by going into the bunker.
Yep.
Hog champ right there.
Okay, that was a showcasing of how to use Divine Shield. Divine Shield comes through. Everyone in Miracle has, they see blood in the water, dive through. Mosh comes through right afterwards. And then the DPS is in perfect position because they were on retreat, to be fair. It's not like they knew this was going to happen from the outset. But because they came in last, no one could pressure them. They got the max amount of damage onto that Mosh. No wave of force to interrupt. And finally, GLuck will win their first objective of the game. And GLuck, the trend continues. Miracle, strong in the early game. We get to mid-game. We reach that 12-minute, 14-minute mark. Suddenly, things feel like they're slipping away.
Yeah, as you called out, the Saron used Bunker even before the team fight, and it came back in the middle of the team fight, and Miracle did not really notice that. Gunza actually teleported in to get the kill. No way. That was actually one of the most impressive Bunkers play we've seen so far.
I am, of all 10 players in this game right now, I'm most impressed with Gunza. All eyes on him for me at the moment. But he's not going to be able to make big plays right now. Immortal's still fairly shielded. Going to be an easy fort. What happens next, though, is up to Miracle. Will they aggressively make sure they can protect this keep wall, or are they just going to let the keep wall go and look for a safe exit? If GLuck gets a few picks, game over. Judy just bobbing in and out right now, looking for some stunts.
You can't really go in too much as the wall's destroyed now, as Garashi will be tossing you out. There's the power slide.
Jaina has Ice Block now. Judy, very low, has got that 44 armor, but the damage is coming through. Ancestral does connect. Saren's going to back off here, but this play gets them a keep. Milky Way just wants to get out Divine Shield for safety.
Has the Mosh Pit, the Holy Cow is there, but the Sanctification is instantly getting canceled. Actually, Greymane went in for that Mosh Pit for a second.
Yeah, went in there for a second, but still, damage was there. I think that was a bit aggressive to try to go for the Mosh. The Divine Shield would have been good to get out. This is a wasted Ice Block as well. Trying to buy time for some retreating members. Resets coming through. That was a great stun by Blue Beetle, protecting him from that second orb that just came through. Gunza wants it, though. Wave of Force not going to be enough to knock them in. And that should be the escape here. But main objective gained. Keep advantage goes to GLuck. I feel like had they played that a little safer, they would have walked out with no deaths. It would have been in an even stronger position. But still, they are now, for the first time in this game, ahead with that keep.
Yeah, because Milky Way went super aggressive, that Divine Shield had to be out. And that was a beautiful Sanctification, by the way. One of the best Sanctification we've seen so far. H82 serial play, so far pretty impressive. But they need more. They can't just let GLuck go with that, because they took down the keep and they want to pressure in a little bit more, but they're backing out for the camp right now.
I like this. Just push this forward. You know, try to catch up in experience, do a little bit of damage to that keep wall, so that when you get the next Immortal, theoretically, that's the idea, right? That you know, you can push it directly to the keep, maybe look to end.
And they got the keep off, so they want to pressure. They're going to be getting that pressure from the top lane, so getting that camp to buy some time for the next Immortal, I think that's exactly what what Miracle is thinking in their head.
In this circumstance too, it's kind of funny. They get this, and it's going to help relieve the catapult pressure in top. That's exactly why they do it. But they lose this fort. And it's funny because, you know, you look at this, you go, well, yeah, Miracle's had the whole time. GLuck is just now getting the first fort in the bot lane, you know, without even touching the keep wall. But it actually gives bonus experience to GLuck now, who pushes closer and closer to 20. They have that experience advantage now, it's even wider. They're going to have a lead on this Immortal. The camp pressure not going to be as annoying because this is already set up here. And look at this, GLuck's going to get the first draw on this Immortal. And Miracle only has poke. They only have poke, so for them, being behind like this is not good. Like, what can they do now behind against GLuck's comp? They can't dive. They're going to have to try to make a play, and GLuck already can see the pings coming through. They know the only way they lose this Immortal fight is by being out of position.
4.5k difference on the Immortal.
Good aggressive zoning here using Judy. Miracle looking to try to even it up here. GLuck's got so much burst though. Miracle needs to be careful. They're taking a lead now, just slightly, with the poke here from Li Ming.
With that pressure, they kind of evened out. GLuck onto the offense now.
This is such a tense game, actually. This is one of our closest games we've had all tournament long. I'm actually really enjoying this. Moving away now, just kind of rotating on cooldowns is GLuck right now. Every time
went bad, so Miracle actually is going to pressure in very hard, along with Li Ming's pokes.
Vala looking to get the level 20 here. They're going to fight without her. She's coming up slowly now. Taunt's been used. Cleanse coming through. So much damage on the Goons now. He's got to back off.
They can't really use the Mosh Blur. Vala was just joining the team fight.
Judy's getting caught by all these slows coming through from Jaina every Q. The Water Elemental as well. They're looking to seal the deal here. They want to close this out. Look at the positioning of Saron and Milky Way. So the DPS is going to do damage to behind. Sniper's coming up though. They have to back out. They don't have the same kind of poke that Miracle does, but if Miracle rotates up, they're going to finish this off. Only sending Greymane. Love this choice, but here comes Relic. Milky Way trying to cut him off here. Sniper's got to get out. This is such great play by both teams. Really patient.
Rotating right now as Judy still has an unstoppable for himself.
Okay, they're looking to finish this. That Blizzard is doing a ton of damage. Look at Milky Way again, zoning people out. Ancestral already used here. This could be an opportunity for a team fight win. They've got the Immortal. Milky Way under fire.
Just let that go. Divine Shield, perfect time for... But Bunker, is that going to be...
Oh, they should get out of here. Sank, though. Sank is really well used. Ice Block also well-timed here for Overlord. He's caught. Saron is going to get out, but Overlord will not. Blue Beetle as well, stuck here. But the Immortal marches down the bot lane. And now they have to deal with this. And don't forget, the catapults in the top lane are stacking up right now, GLuck.
And with the shield, I think it may touch... It's not going to destroy the keep, but it's going to touch on that keep a little bit. At least get the fountain down too.
Yeah.
So that's why GLuck is trying to pressure on the top lane. They want to get all those catapults pushed.
Yeah.
But I think it's just going to be time for Miracle to finish this one. Not even the entire wall.
Yeah. Got, you know, about half of it. The gate nearly dead. Just going to keep pressuring the top lane so they can have better setup to... This is a multi-step process, so I'm going to clear this. So that they force Miracle back, they control vision of Miracle, and they get this camp. It does the same thing. Then what they hope to do after that is to take the neutral camp in bottom, and then just continue to control all the lanes so they have the better setup for the next fight, the next Immortal fight. Also, they're going to have 20 first, but the funny thing about them having 20 first, it's going to be very slight. In fact, because the lane's being pushed, they might not even, because Miracle's getting more experience right now. But even if they had 20 first, it's for such a short window, and it's not during an objective, so they won't be able to do much with 20. So 20 kind of an irrelevant factor. The only advantage GLuck has in this game, concretely, is that they have the catapults pushing top. That's it. And then obviously a Merc lead here, but that also is going to be insignificant. The next Immortal is going to decide the game, 100%. Especially if there are any kills.
Sarah looking to from the side at Miracle. Ooh, they're about to
I don't even think they saw him. Did they see him? Like, he dodged the shots. I don't even think they know he's there.
I don't think so. The orb does not give you too much of a vision.
By the way, not going to become too impactful as Miracle doesn't take the bait. Material out of position, clearing that top wave right now. They're going to steal this to, again, try to have that advantage. 20's up, though. Sniper getting ready to go in. Bunker in here. Sank's going to be super important. Lamage is double, though. HGC has to sank. He does sank, but so much damage already done. Ancestral, though, very well timed. Milky Way with a huge stun. Damage onto Judy. He goes down. Storm Shield coming through here, but just a second too late. It's a 4v4 fight, but here come the resets from Gunja, and that's going to be the one fight for Miracle.
That was just insane. Uther trying to tank as he's got that 20 talent, but that was overly well done. Mosh Pit was insta-cancelled right off. There was a cleanse onto Greymane. Miracle just kept that well as...
Oh my god, so lucky these are bugged out too. Actually not attacking the core.
It's going to take a long time. Might have to send at least... Tyrion's already back there getting rid of catapults, but Miracle took that fight, chilled, and sanctification to take that control off the bunker right after. H82's Cheerio, along with Gunza's poking from the side. I mean, I think this is one of the best Miracle's team fight we're seeing right here.
No, I feel like GLuck has some of the best initiation. Their initiation has been perfect, but Miracle's responses, like the Ancestral connecting, the Sank connecting, Gunza's incredible Li Ming play all together. it's one of those, you know, it's the Dark Knight, the unstoppable force versus an immovable object. GLuck's the unstoppable force, their initiations are perfect, but Miracle is the immovable object. They will not die in these fights. The heroic usage is perfect. But this is a fully shielded Immortal, and this is the Immortal we said would, whoever won it would win the game. We said that, and we didn't imply that this was going to be a fully shielded Immortal as it is now. In order to win this fight, GLuck has to take a fight before the Immortals on core. They have to fight. They can't just sit and defend. That's what they're setting up for right now. Will Miracle realize? Unstoppable already used here for Judy. Okay, but they do see this. They do spot this out. Saron going through, looking for a good bunker setup. Used his trait already. HA2 is the target. We'll have to queue away. They took this fight. This is buying them time, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough. They need more.
Immortals already onto the keep. It's going to be a gone keep.
Oh, that repulsion!
Bala's takes so much damage, but does survive. Does not actually use the Divine Shield, so it's okay.
Yeah, that was such a great repulsion, though, setting up the opportunities here for Miracle. The fight has to be now. Sank stacked with that shield. The stun from the Immortal means this is going to be game over. Another great repulsion here with the resets. And Gunja and his teammates will win this fight and will win the game as a result. What a close game. One of our best games of the tournament so far, bar none. Both teams playing so well, and it is going to tie us up 1-1 as Miracle pushes down the car. Repulsion pushing Overlord and Relic away. That's going to be it. That's a GG if I've ever seen one. GLuck, what a game.
I knew Gunza was good at skill shot heroes, but his Li Ming is impressive out of the crazy zone here, as we have a 1-1, and as you highlighted Gunza's Li Ming, I thought he was good, but this game was insane. Li Ming hard carried all the team fights here.
The setups though from Blue Beetle and Saron, really impressive stuff coming out on the side of GLuck here. I thought it was, I mean, these two teams, totally different styles, totally different drafts, but it was such an even game. Anything could have happened, but I think absolutely 100% Gunza is the MVP. But I mean, the Sanks were good from H82. We questioned his Tyrio before we went into the game, but I can't believe we did after watching that. Ancestral usage as well from Jaehyun, really on point, allowing some of those sanctifications to happen.
And probably best Garrosh play coming out from Judy all this all season. We were questioning even before going into the games, is Judy enough? Does he have enough hero pool, or is his Garrosh play enough to contest against GLuck? Game 1, he didn't really pick Garrosh, and it was kind of off in the rain. Let's just toss that aside. But Game 2, his Garrosh against CTC, which is a soft counter in a way, worked out great. His Fury timing was the challenge timing was okay,